Hey Virgo, how you going, my loves? This is your March reading. I have something a little bit special for you this month. The first 10 subscribers who email me will get a free reading. It can be around whatever you want. You choose the subject and I do the reading. Okay? So, to all my returning subscribers, hello. I really appreciate you. And I'm very grateful for your time. Time's very precious. So I'm very grateful that you share yours with me. To anybody new, hello, welcome in. We're very lovely people here. So come in and make yourself at home. I hope you like what you see, and if you do, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Okay. Virgo, can we have a symbol for Virgo this month, please? Symbol for Virgo this month. Thank you. Self-confidence, strong self-belief and a sense of worth. This is coming out a fair bit. So I think this is important this month to believe in yourselves, to realise that you don't have to try so hard. That's the message for you in regards to self-confidence. You don't have to try so hard in order to be respected, admired, or appreciated. If it's a work thing, you're a hard worker anyway, so you don't have to try overly hard. You don't have to give too much of yourself so that you are left depleted. So have enough self-confidence and self-worth to realise that you don't have to kill yourself for other people, okay? At the bottom of the deck, we've got feeling numb, severe stress, dissociation, a bit of shock. How do you like that? Just a little bit of severe stress. And what else have we got? Braving the storm, facing difficulties, finding courage and fortitude. And a pleasant distraction, amusement, entertainment and captivation. So I'm pretty sure, my loves, that you could be overdoing things just a touch. You could be very stressed because at the bottom of it, your self-confidence and self-worth is a little bit tired. Just a little bit tired, and you're trying really hard, but you just don't seem to feel like you're getting anywhere. And so I think it's time for a bit of a time out. A bit of a, I don't know if anybody else watches it, but I've been watching The West Wing because, you know, I just love it. And in one time, Will says to Toby, first of all, you are more in need of a weekend in Vegas than anybody I've ever met. I think it's Vegas. Anyway, no, Atlantic City. You are more in need of a weekend in Atlantic City than anybody I've ever met. So I think that's the theme for you this month, my love. Give yourself a little bit of a diversion, a distraction. No, don't live there because you won't, you're Virgo. But allow yourself a little bit of I deserve. A breather and a break and something just for me. You can do that. Four of Pentacles. You are hanging on too tight to the need to do everything and be everything 4, Ten of Pentacles, everybody else. And you don't realise that, they don't realise that you need a break. So you need to tell them, my loves, okay, I will lay this out and then we will go through it. The World, Knight of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, the Emperor, Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups, the Devil. The Devil's in the detail. 7 of Wands, Moon, 4 of Swords, and 5 of Wands. I'll just get a little bit of, yep, that's good. I like to get that cleared up at the end. Okay. So, recently someone has offered you something heartfelt from their heart. Like a break. Look, there's a picnic rug and everything. It's like, here's the offer. You're working too hard. Come and have a break. Sit down. Let me do something nice for you. Underneath, though, and the foundation of the whole thing is the Emperor, and this is a need for control. A need to be on top of everything, sees everything, knows everything, got this all together. And that's the foundation of the issue. The situation is calling for an end to that. It's the world. It's, you can't carry it all on your shoulders. This is too big. So you need to change course in that chapter and start a new one, knowing that other people can have your back and you can relax a little bit. Because you kind of feel like it's a bit too much and you need to run away from it. You know, get on your bike and ride and just disappear. It's scary for you, though. This is pretty scary for you. And you seem to be getting new messages, but you're not quite sure what to do with them. The block is the 2 of Pentacles, balancing everything, trying to juggle everything. You know, your responsibilities and yourself, what other people want of you and what you need to keep your health going. Because if you don't look after yourself and you give too much, not only will people just expect that of you because, you know, oh, just ask so-and-so. They're always happy to help. Oh, I've got a problem. I'll just ring Janice and she can give me the answer. The current energy is the Ace of Cups. Now, you've been offered a break. This is a message of love and support. And here it is. It's like, it's not just love and support. It's a whole new way of seeing your worth and what you deserve for healing, and in order to keep giving to others, because quite often the reason we need to be in control and we need to be this giver of endless support is because we have a serious problem with codependence. Sometimes narcissism. Sometimes narcissists, and I'm not saying this is you, give so that they receive admiration. Oh, they're such a good girl, or they're such a good bloke, or oh, she's so fantastic, you know. And it's not out of a heartfelt generosity. It's just for the adulation. Whereas a codependent person will not give for adulation, they will give for love, so that they are worthwhile, they're considered valuable. They're not considered, oh, let's give them awards and everything else. They're considered valuable and needed. They like to be needed. So that's part of the problem that needs to be overcome, is you need to see what you're missing and why you're overgiving, why it's important to you, and why you're hanging on so tight for this need for control over the whole situation. You could find yourself getting a little bit defensive with what I'm saying. A little bit like, oh, that's not me, I'm going to turn this off. Or, you don't know my life. You don't know what I'm going through. And if I don't do this, nobody else will. It'll never get done. I've heard that many, many times before, and I have said that many, many times before. So, yes, I do know. And let me tell you something, there is always another way. Even if you still do what you had to do, even if you still are the sole parent and you are responsible for dropping off and picking up and taking to sport and taking to music and feeding and clothing and keeping the house, even if that is your situation, there is always something you can do to make it easier for you, because you are worthy of having a life where you are not in constant drag. There are many, many ways around it, okay? So one of the ways is, see this bubble around her? Every time I drive or I sit down to do a reading, I ask for a bubble, pure divine white light. And so in this situation, learning to look after yourself is giving yourself time out and learning what your boundaries are. Not letting people take advantage of you. Happy to help if you need my help. However, if you just need me to, clean your house for you because you'd rather go to the pub than clean your own house when there's an inspection tomorrow, no, that's not my responsibility. You can do that and you can face the consequences if you choose not to. But I'm not doing that anymore. Okay? That's where that comes in. It's from a heart-centered place. It's not an aggressive, no, I've done so much for you. You can't expect me to do this anymore. It's just no, I don't think I'll do that. You can do that. You're capable of doing that. I have faith in your abilities. So there's always a way. What you're not seeing is what you're not seeing. You're not seeing that you're drowning. You're not seeing that this is more overwhelming and pulling you down. You think you're tired. You think, you're a little bit sick of everybody relying on you all the time, and wouldn't it be nice if you could just lean on somebody else? You are not seeing how deep this is for you. That's just not seeing how far down you've been dragged. And it's time to, it's almost like she's got something pushing her down. So it's time to move that to a side. It's like, get off, and I need to draw breath. Yeah. And I need a break. Is this your hopes and fears? It's really interesting. You would love time out. You would love to curl up. I used to say, stop world. I want to get off. I just want to get off for a while and have a sleep and not be so tired all the time. You hope for this. but it scares the shit out of you. It's like, I would love that. I would just love to cuddle up in a nest somewhere and be warm and cozy. The fear is, what happens if I do that? I won't be in control of everything. I love the way the circle in the world card is very indicative of the circle in the nest. It's a real protection. It's a real guard. It's not a guard. It's an envelopment of loving support and holding you up. I love this. And if you look at this, that's a rock. It's like, yeah, it looks like a beanbag, but it's freaking hard. And he's not relaxed. He's got a chest piece and he's looking everywhere. Whereas this is surrounding you. And this is surrounding you. And this is surrounding you. And it is a protection and a loving embrace. Think of that. Wouldn't that be nice? A loving embrace. So next time, you will, when you decide to do this and when you give yourself the value of doing this, it's not a case of I've just decided so I'm going to step into a new time zone and my whole brain will think completely differently. You have to practice this stuff. And there will be times when your mind goes, hang on a second, battle, 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 argue, argue, argue. And you'll kind of feel like, I don't know the way out. Here's the answer. You've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. Now look at the energy there. You've got the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. Together, they are loving and gentle and kind and supportive and emotionally mature and generous and giving and compassionate and caring. They are also strong and determined and inspired and worthy and self-confident. And those two together mix beautifully to give you a strong self-belief and a source of worth. Sense of worth. Sense of worth. Yeah, it's time, my loves. It's time. Give yourself a little bit of loving. And I'll talk to you soon. Much love and support.